You tell us there is no audio, but then when we open the file, there's a document that we see. This is Officer Zymus with Digital Forensic.
My name is Katie Zamus. I'm a detective in digital forensics on the Prince William County Police Department.
So Officer Zamus
Inspected
Mustafa's vehicle, inspected Mustafa's dash camera. And she found that this dash camera does have audio. This is a document that Officer Zamus put in Mustafa's file on April 24, 2023. Officer Zamus says, although the last several videos recorded on the device did not appear to have sound, the sound records feature on the device was turned on. And then she goes on and she says, which showed that the file did have an audio track. Now, as a Commonwealth attorney who's telling us that Mustafa is arguing inside the vehicle, now your digital forensic is telling you, ma'am, there's an audio track in this dash camera. Wouldn't you think, as a Commonwealth attorney, you would invest in getting this dash camera, getting the SD card inspected? You would think the Commonwealth attorney would hire and invest money to get to the bottom of where's the audio. Instead, the Commonwealth attorney does a 360, and what she does is she hires a lip reader. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Your officer, your digital forensic police officer is telling you that this dash camera does have audio. And instead, you hire a lip reader. Well, that's interesting because when we open the file, your lip reader is not lip reading an argument. How could your lip reader lip read an argument if there is no argument? I mean, literally, when you open the dash camera, you see that Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth a cigarette. What this Commonwealth attorney is doing, Amy Ashworth, is attempting to conditionally enter the dash camera into the record. What does that mean? Now, she sealed it from the community. The community is not going to see this dash camera. And if it wasn't for us leaking it, you wouldn't see what is going on in Mustafa's vehicle. And you would be left with the Commonwealth attorney telling you that they're arguing inside the vehicle. The Commonwealth attorney wants to take it a step further. Not only that you can't see the dash camera, she wants to conditionally enter this dash camera. What that means is the jury, she doesn't want the jury to see the dash camera. She brought herself a bullshit lip reader. She wants to take this dash camera out of context, only enter a couple of seconds into the jury, into where the jury only sees a couple of seconds. So they're not going to see the full dash camera. I wonder why, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, you're terrified to have this jury see the full dash camera. Oh, is it because if you literally rewind it 30 seconds, you're going to see Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth a cigarette? If you rewind it another 30 seconds, you're going to see that Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth the cigarette. If you fast forward this 30 seconds, if you fast forward this a minute, 2 minutes, Mustafa and Dorothy are passing back and forth a cigarette 6 times. And in between, what this prosecutor wants to do is cut this dash camera, and she doesn't want the jury to see the full dash camera. She wants them to see a couple of seconds. And in those couple of seconds that she takes out of context, she wants to bring a bullshit lip reader that's going to tell the jury, Dorothy says, I want to get out of the car. Wait a minute. Literally, if you rewind this dash camera 30 seconds, you're going to see Dorothy and Mustafa are passing back and forth a cigarette. If you fast forward this 30 seconds, you're going to see Mustafa and Dorothy passing back and forth a cigarette. Wait a minute. Your lip reader is not lip reading an argument. You're telling us that they're arguing inside the vehicle, but your lip reader is not lip reading an argument. How could you lip read an argument when they're literally passing back and forth a cigarette? There is no argument to lip read. So what does he say? Oh, Dorsey says, I want to get out of the car. And the only way he can get away with saying it is if the prosecutor takes this dash camera out of context. Because when you watch the full dash camera, you're going to tell this prosecutor, you're lying to us. You're going to tell this lip reader, you're bullshitting us. And that's why the dash camera is sealed. And that's why now she wants to enter conditionally. I mean, she's not going to be able to get away with it. She's attempting to. Officer Zymus tells us there is an audio. But this prosecutor, instead of investing in a digital forensic expert to inspect the SD card, who, by the way, her police officer, Chad Mason, says, I did not follow the chain of custody. I violated department policy by taking the SD card and plugging it into my laptop. And what we're finding out, that he downloaded the dash camera off the SD card, and he's the one that uploaded it to the server. So, to get to the bottom of it, you can hire an independent expert to see what did Chad Mason do with the SD card. Did he can inspect, the independent expert is going to be able to inspect the metadata off the SD card. We're going to get to the bottom whether this investigator tampered with the SD card, and if not, and if he just downloaded the videos and then tampered with them and then uploaded them to the server, to the police department server, well, the SD card is going to tell you whether the metadata will tell you whether this dash camera is tampered with. And if it's not tampered with, then the independent expert should be able to download the audio and the full dash camera. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy is terrified. 5 times, Mustafa's defense attorney, Brad Hayward, this prosecutor canceled 5 appointments. I mean, to the point that this defense attorney, he says, you give someone the benefit of the doubt until you can't give them the benefit of the doubt anymore. He said, I have to fight to get to the SD card. I mean, why does this defense attorney have to fight his way through the courts to get access to the SD card? What is this prosecutor so terrified that we're going to find on the SD card? We're going to get to the bottom of it. By law, Mustafa can hire an independent expert. Mustafa's defense attorney can hire an independent expert to look and inspect the SD card. Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, we're going to get the SD card, whether you like it or not. And I promise you, ma'am, you're going to end up in federal prison. The file is leaked on the internet. There's nowhere to hide, ma'am. We're going to have access to the SD card, and we're going to look at what Chad Mason did to Mustafa's dash camera. And I'll tell you something that's really interesting. Chad Mason, I'll tell you these people they're not sleeping at night. Because it's one thing to get on this podcast and say that Chad Mason said that in a motion to dismiss, got on the stand, and he said, I violated department policy. It's another thing when I'm going to release his voice when he's sitting in front of Judge Carol Weimer. This is Judge Carol Weimer. Let's pull him up so that way we know who we're talking about. I mean, Judge Carol Weimer is so comfortable that he has an investigator that sits in front of him that tells him, I violated department policy. I mean, the file is sealed. You're not going to hear what is going on in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. So when this judge, he has Chad Mason on the stand, and he tells him, I violated department policy. I didn't follow the chain of custody for the most crucial piece of evidence. And today we have He took the SD card, he plugged it into his laptop. He's comfortable because Sheriff Glenn Hill rolls in a giant machine, making sure that no one records